back in Ghana on time and intact. You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
The best radio show.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Star Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
Show them you got the coco set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Star Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for who? For here, we they call them London. And I sabi you know, just have fun and stay blessed.
Sit back, relax.
The best radio show.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home.
on your smartphone.
This is Star Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Star Radio UK and the Morning Show. And the Morning Show.
This is Star Radio. This is UK. Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK.
Welcome.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Star Radio. Star Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth and those of you on other planets as well. I want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Friday edition of the Morning Show. Today is the 21st day of June, the year 2024, with the time now 10:46, and from the heart of London, I am your one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
But let me say good morning to you, my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, and Apostle HB in the house as well. Salute each and every one of you, Vadi and Perry. Yes, Agbamo, I hope everything is good there. Massive good morning to you all. And I'm taking the opportunity to say good morning to my money man himself, Mr. Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, with whom I'm doing the program today. Because today is Friday, of course. He's going to be bringing me the money hour. Mr. Tabiri, good morning to you. And also, let me say good morning to Bishop Adeshina, Anthony Adedeji Aziz. Good morning to you. Shamsuddin, massive good morning to you as well. Let me say good morning to Mr. Lion Mikoiki and the family. I salute each and every one of you. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Dr. Martin, good morning to you. Mr. Yawun Temefriye, good morning. Mr. Herbert Hammond, all the way in Ghana, I salute you. Roxanne, good morning. Alfred, Delta, all the Hammers there. I salute each and every one of you. Miss Frank Davis, good morning to you and to the family there as well. To every one of you who tuned in this morning to listen to us, those of you on all the various platforms that Starr Radio is broadcasting on this morning, I want to salute each and every one of you and once again say welcome to the program. Kojo, good morning to you. I hope you are doing very, very well. My brother David, good morning to you as well. And to all of you who joined us in yesterday in the very memorial service of Sister Greta's mom as well. I salute each and every one of you. Well done. Aunt Mary, massive good morning to you and to all. Auntie L, Sister Gina, Pastor Alex, and who? Yes, Apostle HB, and Auntie Rebecca, and all the numerous people who attended that service. It was a wonderful one. We salute each and every one of you and we say thank you very much for doing so. As Jesus said in the good book that even as you do that for your brethren, you've done it for me as well. Okay. So let's crack on. Well, so by what program I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, the weather forecast to follow, see you then the travel update. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as Global Trotting. After which we continue, then I bring you all the details of the story that we've looked at. At 11:45, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussions. Hoping and keeping fingers crossed. At 12 o'clock, if we'll continue at 12:30 when we have our money man joining in. If he is not able to join in, then 12 o'clock we bring the first part of the program to close. Then from 12 to 12:30 we'll be having a look at what the money man has got. My apologies. my apologies there, listeners. Yes, because we've got cold and all sorts going on in this part of the world. Don't worry. Once I finish, I will wipe myself clean. Right? Good. Okay. Yeah. So let me say it once again. Thank you very much for joining in. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is the morning show. Let's take a quick break. We come back and I continue so that I can have time to sneeze.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program, Star Radio UK. My apologies for that. It was sneezing and all stuff. Yesterday we went somewhere and we met lots of people. I was there. I thought maybe I was by myself. Then I could hear people sneezing as well. So I thought, oh, it's not only me. And then I've also cut it. But I don't know exactly what is going on. Whether it's I don't suffer from hay fever. So, but when the weather changes like that, then sort of cold or whatever we want to tell it. But maybe the health expert will tell us. Yes, Zagina, good morning to you. Auntie Regina, good morning. Yeah, it will be a good morning to you as well. Okay, let's crack on. All right. Let me say good morning also to Pastor Sandra. And all the team at the, what do we call it? The Lady to Lady conference for a good organization and a wonderful program that took place last weekend. Kudos to you and more grace to your elbows wherever you might be this morning. But wherever you are, it is Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And let's go into what the quote for the day says. It says, success is not a beauty contest where you have to outwit your competitor with prowess. Success is not a beauty contest. So you take your time, you dig deeper, you find the best thing, you do it, and you can tell yourself for sure, pat yourself in the back and say, I did good, right? Good. And there is time for everybody. Today might be my time, and I'm flying like no man's business. It might not be yours, but tomorrow might be yours. So don't give in, don't give up. And when somebody's time comes, don't say because that person's time is come and yours didn't come, so you have to give in. No, continue to hold on to it. It is all coming your way from Star Radio UK. Now moving on straight to the weather front. Well, for today and the weekend, for the whole of the UK, there will be a rain in the northwest, which will spread into other western areas. It will be drier and brighter further east with sunny spells until evening. The southeast with the most. Now tonight we'll see clear skies across the southeast of England. Clouds moving in from the west elsewhere with patches of rain in northern Scotland and in the northwest of the Northern Ireland. Now when it comes to London specifically, for today, this afternoon we'll see patchy cloud will develop and the odd shower will be possible in places. Now this evening will start with largely cloudy skies, a few clear breaks, and the odd light shower is possible. And I think cloud will build in from the west overnight, bringing further showers. Now when it comes to the temperature, top temperature is going to be 24 degrees, the lowest is going to be 14 degrees. Pollen level is going to be very high, UV level high, and pollution moderate. And sunset is going to be 21, 22, and sunrise for tomorrow morning 04 for the 3 hours. Now over the weekend, well, tomorrow morning we'll start with overcast skies and spells of light rain and drizzle. Clouds breaks will develop in the afternoon with the spells of late sunshine expected. The Sunday will be largely cloudy with an odd shower possible. Some sunny spells will develop in the afternoon as well. Well, when it comes to the temperatures, tomorrow cloudy, top temperature 22 degrees, the lowest 11 degrees. Sunday, top temperature 25 degrees and the lowest 14 degrees. But come next week, until Thursday, when we have a bit of cloudiness, the temperature is going to be soaring. Yeah? Okay, so that is it for you when it comes to the weather front. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So now let's go to your travels. Let me tell you what is happening on your travels this morning. As you know, we'll say here on this platform, keep your eyes on the roads, keep your hearts on the roads, as we keep navigating our promise, our bond. The Star Radio travel update come to you every weekday from 10:40. It's now 10:57, and what have I got for you? Okay, so Northern Line has got past suspension. Let me bring you the details of all that. As we go on. Okay, now, so no service between Golders Green and Edgware while they respond to fire alert at Collindale. Good service on the rest of the line though. Now when it comes to the Piccadilly line, we have minor delays between Acton Town and Heathrow terminals due to train cancellations. Good service on the rest of the line. Okay, that aside, the London other underground lines are running a good service. But when it comes to the London Overground, there's no service between West Croydon and Sydenham due to signal failure at West Croydon. Tickets have been accepted on London Underground via any reasonable routes. Good service on all other routes. DLR and London Tramlink are running a good service. Now, on the major roads in London, A1, A2, A40, A41, and North Circular A406 are all experiencing serious delays. That aside, all the others are running a good service. Have no exceptional delays there. Now River Bus is running a good service. London Cable Car, good service there as well. And that brings us straight to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail. On the National Rail this morning, cross country, Great Western Railway, Greater Anglia, Northern Rail, ScotRail, and Southwestern Railway have all got minor delays. Also, Southern has got minor delays. All the others are running a good service, and that's where I will say it once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a quick break and we'll be back. Stay tuned and don't you go away.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to exactly 2 minutes past the top of the hour. And let's go global. Trotting. What have I got news for you? Yes, I have. What have I got for you exactly more there? Let me bring that your way wherever you might be so that you can also, of course, enjoy the program. So what is there for you? What is happening from across the globe? Let's kick it off from Nigeria. Well, I was talking about the day before yesterday, once I was on air, talking about the fact that some government entities were calling for the security agencies to arrest the leader Kwankwaso for saying that the federal government is trying to interfere in affairs in Kano State. However, the Kano State government has ordered the immediate demolition of the Nasarawa Mini Palace housing the deposed Emir Aminu Adu Bayero. Now, Kano State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Haruna Dederi, who gave the directive during a press conference held at the Government House, Kano, on Thursday night, and said the property where the deposed emir currently resides has been marked for renovation, including demolition of part of its wall. Now, this is coming hours after a federal high court in Kano, presided over by Justice A.M. Liman, nullified all steps taken by the state government sequel to the Kano Emirates Council repeal law of 2024, which reinstated Muhammadu Zanusi II as the 16th emir by the Kano state government. Now, speaking on the court ruling, Dederi insisted that the government or the judgment confirmed that the new Kano Emirates law 2024 remains intact. Now, while only actions are taken post assent to the bill in defiance of a prior court order were nullified. He said the Muhammadu Lamidu Zanusi remains the 16th emir of Kano. Lots more going to be coming your way from there, but now global trotting. So let me tell you what is happening on that front as well. Fidelity Bank's 127.10 billion capital raise to strengthen market position and global presence. That is what Enyelele Ikpe is saying there as well. He is a supreme architect. APC blames Governor Fubaro for crisis in the River State. The All Progressive Congress has accused River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara of being the main cause of the ongoing crisis in the state, asserting that he lacks fundamental understanding of democratic principles. In other stories making the round still as well, 423 billion naira indictment. Sani under pressure to invite EFCC arrests Al Rufai. Now, protesters under the auspices of Kaduna citizens Watch for Good Governance yesterday stormed the Kano State Government House, asking Governor Uba Sani to invite the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to arrest and prosecute former Governor Nasir El-Rufai over his indictment in the misappropriation of 423 billion naira. Is there anything going to come out of that? Well, we'll see. Now, insurgency, Army has received fighter jets for aviation unit. The Nigerian Army aviation unit is set to roll to life with the arrival of 2 fighter jets to boost the operational capabilities of the Army. Lots more are going to be coming your way from there. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, I was trying to bring you something from okay. Nope. Just bear with me. Okay. Just bear with me whilst I try to get it all out for you. Alright then. I wanted to bring some of the headlines from the Southeast. Okay. Alright. Now, direct AGF to discontinue Nnamdi Kano's prosecution. Clark tells Tinubu and electorism. Nnamdi Kanu seeks out of court settlement. So Nnamdi Kanu condemns Southeast killings. Well, so a lot more going to be coming your way from there. Nnamdi Kanu files contempt charge against the DSS Director General Bichi. But on one hand, they say, we have to respect the rule of law. Then, when it comes to when the law has to be applied, then they come out to say, I don't think that we have to do so. We have to hold people accountable. So you ask yourself, when does the rule of law applies? Is it when it is protecting our personal or parochial interest, or is it when as someone would say, is it when someone else's interest is at stake? At what point do we do so? Lots more going to be coming your way from there. In other stories making the rounds on the African continent as well, we have Chad joins other countries in eliminating sleeping sickness, and then celebrations after Ramaphosa is sworn in for a second term. There are some of the stories making the rounds. And then residents react after deadly military ammunition blast explosion that took place in Chad. Lots more going to be coming your way from there. Now let's go to Ghana as well. In Ghana, Adam Sanusi is pushing for new Auditor General over contract extension. I'll be telling you more about all that in a moment. And then Akufo-Addo extends Auditor General's appointment by 2 years. But Adam Sanusi is pushing for new Auditor General over extension. Now, how come the other Auditor General was chased out? He said, you've grown your position, and they decided to just chase him out. But well, so let's see. Is it the right move? Is it that he's doing well, and that's why the president has decided to keep him on? Let's know. Let me have your take on that. But in other stories as well, the ambulance case seems to be going on, but prosecution has admitted that Godfrey Dame met Richard Jakpa at Yoni Kulendi's house. So, what exactly took place there? And does that actually seem to, let me put it this way, put the whole case that the Attorney General is compromised? Because all that he was trying to say is that, you know what, we want to raid or declare the what do you call it, the leader of the opposition in parliament seat vacant, and then we can, that means after maybe pushing him or jailing him for some time for whatever had happened. And Jakpa is saying, no, I'm not going to be doing all that stuff. But what do you think about all that? It's quite an interesting time that is happening. But would the government actually have the, let me put it this way, the balls to take that bold decision by saying that let's rate him, or we've faulted or we've erred, and they lift up or raise their hands for that? Somebody will say, not very sure. But listen, this is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. And then Burkina Faso junta leader denies reports of army mutiny. We're telling you more about that. What happened there? Lots more going to be coming your way from other parts of the world as well. Now, Putin is warning South Korea against arming Ukraine. Now, he went straight to North Korea, where the red carpet was rolled out to all that visit. It was a wonderful visit, those of us who were able to monitor it for a bit. And then, interestingly, well, he has a deal with them that I'll be protecting you, blah, 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 and all those stuff. Well, now it's happened that, he's going to be getting assistance from the North Koreans with arms, so that he can arm his troops in the battlefront at Ukraine. However, when South Korea was saying that Putin or Russia was playing a lackadaisical attitude towards their relationship, so today he's with them, the next moment he's not, so they couldn't take his stand. But now that it's declared that, well, he is supporting North Korea just in case of any time of war and vice versa, they are of the view that, you know what, let's also arm Ukraine then. Now he is signing a word of warning to them. Don't even dare. Okay, in other stories making the rounds as well, Trump campaign gets $50 million boost from single donor. Oh boy, who donated that? Well. All right then. Now let's come to the election campaign that is taking place here as well. Now, impassioned questions time, audience put leaders on the spot. Now, yesterday, did you have the chance of watching the question time of the various political party leaders on BBC? But interestingly, that was the same time there was some football also going on. So that's Italy and Spain, right? Good. So lots of people, they didn't want that. My apologies. After England happened to draw with Denmark with their match that they were supposed to have won. Okay, so lots more going to be coming your way from there. And London hospital hackers published stolen blood test data. Wow. Okay. And then Chief Constable dismissed and barred from policing. What did he do? In other stories as well, Jay Slater search for missing Brit focuses on ravine. But the family I overheard were calling for the British police to get involved in it. However, some were saying that it's because some people who were with the gentleman or the young man when before he got missing have arrived in the UK, and therefore maybe they need to question them. Maybe they might have some further details about the whole thing. But this one and a lot more going to be coming your way. So wherever you are, don't touch the dial. Now it's time for us to go enjoy some music, and this music is coming your way from all the way from Ghana, but featuring Makafui Dao and JBia, and it says, "He is enough for me. God is enough for me." Enjoy it, and I'll be with you wherever you are. This is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Satisfaction you can never find in yourself or in another human's eyes. You tried everything, but what joy did it bring? You thought you were feeling high, but you were living a lie. I doubted when they told me that you could make it right. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I knew it'll turn out right. Looked into myself and the emptiness inside. Tell me, can you feel me? How are you enough for me? Enough for me?
But let me say good morning to Sister Gina Latte as well. I'm also enjoying that tune. Enough for me, enough for me, enough for me.
Satisfaction you can never find in yourself or in another human's eyes. You tried everything, but what joy did it bring? You thought you were feeling high, but you were living a lie. I doubted when they told me that you could make it right. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I knew it'll turn out right. Looked into myself and the emptiness inside. Tell me, can you feel me? How are you enough for me? Enough for me? Would you satisfy me completely? I want to believe you are all that I need, my God, enough for me.
Who'd have ever thought that I'd find someone like you, who loves me unconditionally like the way you do. Every single day I wake up and I pray that your mercy and your grace will find me in all kinds of ways. So in those darkest times, like Daniel in the den, or even if it's like Lazarus who was dead and in the grave, I'm gonna look up to the hills like David did to you, and cry out with all faith in me that God, you're enough for me, enough for me. You satisfy me completely. I've come to believe you are all that I need, my God, enough for me.
Enough for me, enough for me. You said it.
This is Starr Radio UK.
I I've come to believe you are all that I need, my God, enough for me. You did not let go of me. You said you will take care of me, and my days have never seen the righteous abandoned or forsaken. No,
Jesus Christ stepped in for me when he died on Calvary. He supplied my every need and proved without a doubt he's enough for me, enough for me. He satisfies me completely. I've come to believe you're all that I need. God, you're enough for me.
Nyamabu esu bonam, edi bonam le lucianu me, meva bobina, ewe kumia. Nyamabu esu bonam, mabu esu bonam.
This is Starr Radio. This is Starr Radio UK.
You're enough for me. God is enough. You are enough.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
The best radio show.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:22. That means our time flying like no man's business. But I hope that you enjoyed that tune that I brought your way from Ajabia. Enough for me. Well, so now let's move on to the stories making the rounds. As I did say earlier on, pertaining to what is happening in Kano, the Kano State Attorney General and the Commissioner for Justice, Haruna Dederi, who gave a directive, has given a directive that during a press conference held at Government House Kano on Thursday night, that a property where the deposed emir currently reside has been marked for renovation, including demolition of part of its wall. Now, this is coming hours after a federal high court in Kano, presided over by Justice A.M. Liman, nullified all steps taken by the state government sequel to Kano Emirates Council Repeal Law 2024, which reinstated Muhammadu Zanusi as the citizen emir by the Kano state government. Now, speaking on the court's ruling, Dederi insisted that the judgment confirmed that the new Kano Emirate Law 2024 remains intact, while only actions taken post assent to the bill in defiance of a prior court order were nullified. He said that Muhammadu Lamidu Zanusi remains the 16th emir of Kano. According to the AG, by the ruling of the court, it was unequivocally reaffirmed that validity of the law passed by Kano State House of Assembly and assented to by the executive governor of Kano State on Thursday, 23rd of May, 2024 by 5:10 p.m. Now, this part of the judgment is very fundamental to the entire matter. The further implication of the ruling is that all actions done by the government before the emergence of the interim order of the Honorable Court are equally validated. Now, this means that the abolition of 5 emirates created in 2019 is validated, and the position of the 5 emirs is also sustained by the Federal High Court. By implication, this means that Muhammadu Sanusi the second remains the emir of Kano. The signing of the law and the reinstatement of His Highness Emir Muhammadu Zanusi II were done on the 23rd of May 2024. My apologies, before the emergence of the interim order, which was served on us on Monday, the 27th of May 2024. Now, following the court's ruling, Kano State government has directed the State Commissioner of Police to remove the deposed emir of 8 of the 8 metropolitan local governments from the government property where he is trespassing, as the government has already made arrangement for the general reconstruction and renovation of the property, including the demolition and reconstruction of the dilapidated wall fence with immediate effect. Now, what are his supporters going to be doing about that? So remember, he is not just there quietly. Will he just bow out, or is there going to be some fighting that is going to be going on? Now, Fidelity Bank CEO Neka Onyeli Ikpe announced a 127 billion naira capital raised to enhance market position and expand internationally. The initiative includes a public offer of 10 billion shares and a right issue of 3.2 billion shares following the CBN's 2024 recapitalization directive. The funds will drive regional expansion, technological transformation, and business diversification to support growth and deliver value to shareholders and customers. The managing director and CEO of Fidelity Bank PLC, Neka Onyeli, has said that the bank's 127 billion capital raising initiative is set to enhance its market position and expand its international footprint. Onyeli stated that the 127 billion public offer and rights issue facts behind the combined offer events at the Nigeria Exchange Limited headquarters in Lagos. She noted that the Fidelity Bank is the first Nigerian bank to launch public offer following the Central Bank of Nigeria's directive on banking sector capitalization issued on March 2024. On June 20, Fidelity Bank commenced its public offer of 10 billion ordinary shares at 50 kobo each. Now priced at 9 naira.75 per share, alongside a rights issue of 3.2 billion ordinary shares at 50 kobo each, priced at 9.25 per share. Onyele Ikpe said the financial institution 127.10 billion capital raising exercise to be considered as a pace setter in the life of banking industry capitalization drive. She noted that the bank's capital raising process was practically initiated after obtaining approval from shareholders in August 2023, stressing that the exercise is part of the management's strategic growth plan to raise additional capital to meet its growth needs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Still in Nigeria. The All Progressive Congress has accused Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara of being the main cause of the ongoing crisis in the state, asserting that he lacks fundamental understanding of democratic principles. The APC National Publicity Secretary Felix Morka described the allegation by the People's Democratic Party that the APC plan to possibly take control of Rivers State as baseless and a figment of their imagination. Felix Morka, in the statement labeled the PDP claims as ridiculous and baseless, Morka argued that instead of addressing the crisis constructively, the PDP misrepresented comments made by Tony Okocha, the chairman of the Rivers State APC Caretaker Committee. He accused Governor Fubara of displaying a reckless disdain for the rule of law and democratic institutions. Namoka said Governor Siminalayi Fubara is the supreme architect of the horrific crisis rocking the River State. But listeners, this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Another state where they are having lots of issues is the Kaduna State. And here, protesters under the auspices of Kaduna citizens watch for good governance yesterday stormed the Kaduna State Government House, asking Governor Uba Sani to invite Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to arrest and prosecute former Governor Nasir El-Rufai over his indictment in the misappropriation of 423 billion naira. The protesters began trekking about 11 a.m. from UTC bus stop leading to the government house. They sang solidarity songs and carried placards with different inscriptions condemning the alleged financial mismanagement, abuse of power, and a growing debt burden in the 8 years of the El-Rufai administration. Some of the inscriptions read, "We will occupy all MDAs to chase out all the indicted persons in the report, stop serving all loans that did not follow due processes before they were obtained. Jimmy Lawal almost killed Kaduna State the way he killed a bank some years ago." Now, Governor Sani on March 30 said the state faces a substantial debt burden of $587 million and 85 billion naira and 115 contractual liabilities inherited from the previous administration. Now, this has led to over 70% of the state's allocation being used to service the inherited debt. And it's quite a worrying trend there. So this is what you've inherited. Do you get the law, the prosecution to do what it's supposed to do, as his followers are calling, or the current governor's followers are saying that they should call in the EFCC to come and do its own investigation and then arrest El-Rufai? Do you think that would be good? That would be good for the state, and how peaceable would the community be after that? But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on straight to security when it comes to Nigeria, which we know is in the shortage. The Nigerian Army Aviation Unit is set to roll to lie with the arrival of 2 fighter jets to boost the operational capabilities of the army. The arrival of the Bell UH-1 combat helicopters at the Nigerian Police Air Wing at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, comes 10 years after former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Kenneth Minima, unfolded the plan. Current COAS, Lieutenant General Tabiri Lagbaja, had in 2023 disclosed that the President Bola Tinubu had approved the acquisition of 12 MDs 530F KU's attack helicopters for the re-energization of the Army Aviation Unit. But is that going to help them in any way, shape, or form? Now, receiving the fighter jets, an elated Lieutenant General Lagbaja said the dream of getting the aviation unit into operation had come to pass. He said, "I am glad that as conceptualized 10 years later, we have today, that was yesterday, taken delivery of our first set of platforms." Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, one other story, and this around from the southeast, though events are taking place in the state, the federal capital. Now, alleged terrorism case, Nnamdi Kanu seeks out of court settlement. Would authorities listen to that at all? Now, the trial judge and the prosecution counsel in the terrorism trial of Nnamdi Kanu before the Federal Court, High Court in Abuja, have distanced themselves from his intention to settle. Now, Justice Binta Nyako and Adeboyega Awomolo urged Kanu's counsel to reach out to the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi. Now, Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, is on trial on a 7-count amended charge of terrorism, treasonable felony, and related offenses. Now, defense counsel Aloy Ejimako said his client wanted the court to invoke Section 17 of the Federal High Court rules, which said provides a reconciliation and facilitation and amicable settlement in criminal or civil case. He said Section 17 of the Federal High Court rules states that in a proceeding, the court may consider reconciliation and settlement. Ejimako claimed to have discussed the proposal with Awomolo. Awomolo admitted Ejimako's claim. "I told him," that's Ejimako, "to go to the Attorney General of the Federation, who has the power. If he is interested in negotiating, he should go there. He is the AGF of the AGF office is just here," Awomolo said, pointing to a building close to the Federal High Court complex. So, are we going to see an end to this situation where there's this going back and forth, trying to just sort this issue out? And he's the person saying that, look, if you release me, if you take this thing out of court, I will make, he says, just in 2 minutes, he will cause the warring and the killings and everything in the East to cease. But do you think that will happen? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. But as we know, Clark, one of Kanu's admirers, or one of, yes, have come out to say that they should, the president should direct the Attorney General to discontinue Nnamdi Kanu's prosecution case. But we don't know what is going to go on from there. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on to other parts of Africa as well, and let's look at some of the stories making the rounds. In South Africa, The former South African President Jacob Zuma's party, the Nkuto Wesizwe, is gearing up to join an alliance of several opposition parties in what can be seen as a new force in a push to counter the ruling African National Congress and its newly formed alliance in parliament. Now, Zuma's MK party will join the likes of economic freedom fighters to usher in a new force replacing the historical Democratic Alliance party that has been in the opposition since 1999 in South African politics. The ANC suffered a major shock in this year's election after failing to secure the majority numbers in parliament. Ramaphosa has secured his position after garnering majority votes among members of parliament allied to the ANC, the DA, and other parties backed in his candidacy in parliament last week. It is Starr Radio UK. Now let's look at some of the stories making the rounds. That's pertaining to the Burkina Faso. The Burkina Faso military leader Ibrahim Traoré visited the national television station in Ouagadougou yesterday to reassure the safety of staff following a recent attack on his headquarters. Last week, the radio diffusion television do Burkina Faso headquarters was hit by projectiles, causing considerable damage. Now, Captain Traoré visit was intended to assess the situation firsthand and provide moral support to the employees. Amidst ongoing reports of instability in the country, he sought to dispel any fears and bring clarity. Now, addressing rumors that he had gone into hiding, Captain Traoré family refuted these claims. We do not flee, ever. We are soldiers. And that is the last thing that crosses your mind. We do not retreat. We do not surrender. We do not kneel before anyone except our parents and God. That is our mentality, Traoré refuted. Now, during a Q&A session with journalists, Captain Traoré addressed the current situation in Burkina Faso, accusing some media outlets of spreading false information. His comments followed an attack in Manzila, which has reportedly caused unrest among the soldiers and rumors of a potential mutiny. But has that happened? Would that bring about any breakdown in control there? Well, listeners, this is Starr Radio UK. Okay, let me say once again good morning to my mom, Sister Mary, Mrs. Mary Bruce. Yes, she sent a message to me that okay, I'll send it. I'll have to respond to it when I take another break. But for now, it is 20 minutes to the top of the hour. As I said, in the next 5 minutes, the lines will be open. Hoping and keeping fingers and everything crossed that we'll have man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, joining us at 12:30. However, if not, then at 12 o'clock, we'll be bringing you a rebroadcast of what we did last week pertaining to the manifesto of the various political parties here in the UK and how it's going to impact you financially. You want to know that? Well, we're going to be putting that your way once again if it's not able to come live to you. But for now, if you want to hop in to share your take with us, feel free to do so. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, during the course of the week, that was Wednesday. A military ammunition depot in Chad's capital exploded. The neighborhood next to the depot still bears the marks of the incident. That's on Wednesday, June 19. 9 people were confirmed dead. Now, residents of the neighborhood around the Chadian Army weapons depot were still in shock. The house was destroyed and the boys' rooms was set on fire, but nothing was saved. As you can see, it's like this because the shells that hit the house, a resident named Mamat had said. Authorities called on residents to stay out of the area, which was taken over by security forces gathering scattered artillery shells. The government spokesperson Abderrahman Kulamala said 46 people were treated for various injuries after the explosion jolted residents from their sleep late Tuesday. Now, in the district of the capital in Jamina, the explosion lit up the skies as thick smoke covered the clouds in the Central African nation, setting off frantic efforts to extinguish the fire as residents fled their homes for safety. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Star Radio UK. You can see pictures in front of me, shows buildings that have been damaged because of that blast. Of course, that would have definitely caused that. It's all coming away from Star Radio UK. Now, people who cross the channel, this are crossing the Mediterranean. A cruise ship rescued 68 migrants and found 5 bodies in a traditional fishing boat that was drifting off the Canary Islands in the Atlantic Ocean. Spain's Maritime Rescue Agency have said. It said an oil tanker traveling from northwestern Spain to Brazil spotted the drifting boat on Wednesday afternoon about 850 kilometers, that's 506 miles, south of Tenerife, one of the 7 islands in the Canaries archipelago. The Spanish authorities diverted the Insignia, a cruise ship, to rescue the migrants. The Insignia crew also recovered 3 of the 5 bodies on the fishing boat. The remains of the 2 people were left at sea because of the bad weather hampering their recovery. The canoe shaped boat known as pirogues are used by fishermen in Mauritania and Senegal. It is unusual for cruise ships to make rescue of migrants on the Atlantic route, but the pirogue was a long way out and they could be in danger, said the Maritime Rescue spokesperson, speaking on condition of anonymity under the department rules. One of the passengers on the cruise ship, Steve DeBeck, from Huntington Beach, California, said they were not told about the death. They did say the boat had been at sea for about 20 days. DeBeck told the Association Press in a text message, we were diverted in the evening and took us 2 hours to reach them. They were brought on board and placed in the Insignia Lounge, which is where they have all their shows. The area has been closed off to passengers, told they had them remove their clothes and put on jumpsuits. Then they asked passengers if they had shoes and clothes that they could donate, particularly for men. The announcement said 62 were men, with the rest women and children. He added, for 20 days and they've been at sea, just moving up and down just like that. Oh boy. But somebody will say, what are the push factors? There's something that is pushing, there's something pursuing them, and that's why they seem to be fleeing. But that is when I have problems with our leadership. Now, if our leadership are ones that have the interests of our communities at heart, they will not go enriching themselves, and then we have our own young men, women, and children now fleeing because the situation are that desperate, and they will do anything, knowing that even if they go, there's a tendency that they will die. They will want to embark on such a journey. And I say, if our leadership have ears, let them hear. But listeners, this is Star Radio UK, Special African Leaders. Oh boy. Now let's move on to Ghana as well at 11:46, Star Radio UK. And let me kick it off from here. The President Akufo-Addo has extended the tenure of the office of the Auditor General, Mr. Johnson Ekwamu-Asiedu, for the next 2 years. Mr. Ekwamu-Asiedu was due for statutory retirement from service on the 1st of August. However, bear with me. A letter from the Audit Service indicated the president has extended his tenure. Okay, I've got with me that letter there. The president saying, I wish to, okay, it's headed extension of the appointment of the Auditor General. So I wish to bring to the information of all staff that His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana has extended the tenure of the office of the Auditor General, Mr. Johnson Ekwomo-Asiedu, for the next 2 years. Mr. Johnson Ekwomo-Asiedu was due for statutory retirement from service on the 1st of August 2024. The service extends to its the service extends its congratulations to our Auditor General on the extension of his appointment. Thank you. Signed by the DAG CGD Ali Mohammed Zakaria, who was in acting position for the Auditor General. Well, now in reaction to that, let me tell you what is happening there. Oh, where is this reaction? Yes, I got it. Just bear with me whilst that story loads up. But this is Starr Radio UK. Now, the co-chair of the Citizens Movement Against Corruption, Mr. Edem Senanu, says there are young individuals with the audit sector who possess the necessary skills and expertise to effectively work as the Auditor General. The President Akufo-Addo has extended the tenure of the Office of the Auditor General, Mr. Johnson Ekwomo-Asiedu, for the next 2 years. Now, Mr. Ekwomo-Asiedu was due for the statutory retirement from service on the 1st of August 2024. However, a letter from the Audit Service indicated that the President has extended his tenure. Now, speaking this morning, Mr. Senanu advocated a fresh appointment for the Auditor General instead of a contract renewal. He believes that it will be beneficial to appoint a new candidate for the position of Auditor General rather than extending the current contract. Now, in the quote, he said, we had the ruling where the Supreme Court said it was unconstitutional for the presidency, even though they had argued that they knew what they were doing. The next person is given a post-retirement contract for another 2 years after what changed. It begins to raise questions about what it is that A, did or did not do, and B, did or did not do. That's what I said earlier on. So it's inconsistent in terms of administrative policies, and it does not leave a very good impression of how things are being managed. Now, in the court, he continued to say, I think we should demand it, and I think it makes a lot of sense from the policy perspective to the point of understanding the criteria utilized in the decisions to extend in this instance, because otherwise it begins to make a lot of people feel uncomfortable, and it sets the kind of precedent we don't need. Now, if you want to be very effective in managing government institutions and processes, you can't have an arbitrary seeming decision followed by another that seems not to follow any specific trajectory in terms of the position and criteria that inform why you are extending, Mr. Senanu stated. And it is true, because the former Auditor General was chased out, right? He was doing that dumb level. He was doing good, right? Now, so why didn't they keep him in place? Why? Okay? And again, this is a question that other people are asking. Why are they not changing this person? Is it that they are scared that if they change the person, they bring somebody in, the person who is going to be coming will now try to scrutinize things, and maybe, okay? Just maybe. I don't have any evidence to that. But just maybe, playing the devil's advocate, maybe might come out to say, look, within that, in this particular place, government has done that, or government entities or appointees, or so, and then it will be a bad picture for the people, or for government in power, giving arms to ammunition to the opposition, that's the NDC in this case, and therefore the best bet is to hold everybody together, get them off across the line, and if after the election, if MPP wins, then maybe or if NDC, then whatever. But what do you think about all that? It's quite an interesting one. So coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me bring you the final one from here before we move on to other part of the world to look at some of the stories there. The prosecution in the ongoing ambulance procurement trial has for the first time admitted that the Attorney General Godfrey Yeboah-Dame met with the third accused person, Richard Jakpa, at the residence of Supreme Court Judge Justice Yoni Kulendi. That meeting, according to the state, was however not arranged, and Richard Jakpa coincidentally only appeared at the judge's residence when the Attorney General was visiting. Now, Thursday's affirmation was the first time the prosecution had confirmed that Richard Jakpa has on some occasions said during cross-examination in the ongoing trial that he met Godfrey Yeboah-Dame at the Justice Yoni Kulendi's house on several occasions. The affirmation of the Attorney General's meeting with Richard Jakpa was couched in a question put to the third accused person by the Director of Public Prosecution, Yvonne Atakra Obuabisa. The question put to Richard Jakpa was that he, Richard Jakpa, only appeared at Justice Kulendi's house when the Attorney General was there. Richard Jakpa, in response, said, "It is not true that I appeared at my cousin's house that day and met the Attorney General. In fact, the one who ambushed me on the 25th March 2024 at around 12 midnight was the Attorney General in my cousin's house," an angry Jakpa told the court. Now, prosecution further contended and put to Richard Jakpa that the Attorney General never arranged the meeting and that it is false and a figment of his imagination. It's quite an interesting one, isn't it? But well, listeners, I think we'll leave that conversation there for the time being. God willing, next week we'll see the development that has come out of that, and I promise you one thing for sure, I'll be bringing that your way. But for now, let's take a break before we come back and I'll bring you some of the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, it's happening live tomorrow. Yes, the event is taking place. Let me say good morning to Pastor Reverend Eddie Annan. He was texting me a moment ago, telling me that it is happening live. Yes, it is. And that is the Faith Revival Assembly presenting Free to Worship, featuring Reverend Bruce Gate, aka Uncle Ato. Those of you in the Ghanaian communities, you might have known him with all his gospel tunes. Somebody asked me, which one do you know? I'm not sure about that. But, well, he's one of the gospel artists there. Minister Ken Cheshire as well, ministering, also featuring the FRA Choir, Glorious Temple Choir, of the Resurrection and Living Bread International Ministries there. The event is taking place tomorrow, the 22nd of June, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and then on Sunday, the 23rd of June, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Venue is the Broadmead Primary School, 366 Sydenham Road, Croydon. The postcode is CR02EA. Broadmead Primary School, 366 Sydenham Road, Croydon. Postcode CR02EA. And the hosts are Reverend and Lady Reverend Annan. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In relation to some of the comments pertaining to the African politics, well, I need to bring you the problem of Africa. From the Zongo man himself. Zongo man, good afternoon to you. So good morning to you. We'll be joining you in a moment. But Gina says African politics. Indeed, because you don't know what exactly they are thinking or they are doing. Wow. How can an attorney general go see somebody behind the scenes and all those things that happens? Well, you can't hold them accountable because of the powers that rests in the presidency or the president has. Makes it quite difficult. But it's still coming your way from Starr Radio UK. As I did announce earlier on, if you're not able to have Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GL Accountancy Service and Money Man, we're going to be bringing a repeat of the discussion that we had last week that pertaining to the manifesto pledges, how it relates to your finances. Because come next 2 weeks, by this time, in 2 weeks' time, that's the 5th of July, would have known whether there is a new Prime Minister, Sakir Starmer, or we still have our old Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak. What is going to happen there? You want to know more, you got to stay tuned. Don't you go away. All the others, they are doing hanya, as some of my Ghanaian friends will say. All right, then. Another story is making the round. Now, Putin has warned South Korea against arming Ukraine. Now, Vladimir Putin has warned South Korea it will be making a big mistake if it arms Ukraine in the war against Russia. Now, his comments come after Seoul said it was considering such a possibility. In response to Russia and the North Korea's new pact to help each other in the event of aggression against either country, Moscow, that is said, will make decisions which are unlikely to please the current leadership of South Korea. Now, it goes on further to say, if Seoul decides to supply arms to Kyiv, Mr. Putin told reporters. The Russian leader was speaking in Vietnam shortly after a lavish visit to Pyongyang, where he signed a mutual defense agreement with the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Mr. Putin also warned that Moscow is willing to arm Pyongyang if the U.S. and its allies continue supplying Ukraine with weapons. Now, those who supply these weapons believe that they are not at war with us. I said, including in Pyongyang, that we then reserve the right to supply weapons to other regions of the world, Mr. Putin said. Now, Seoul had earlier condemned the Russian-North Korean agreement as a threat to its national security. And National Security Advisor Chang Hu-jin had said his country planned to reconsider the issue of arms support to Ukraine. Now, following Mr. Putin's remarks, South Korea's president, Star's office said on Friday it will consider various options in supplying arms to Ukraine, and its stance will depend on how Russia approaches the issue. It also summoned the Russian ambassador, Georgy Zinoviev, to the protest pact demanding that Moscow immediately ceases military cooperation with Pyongyang. And I don't think that will in any way, shape, or move change anything, because they are just bent on doing it, and that is what exactly they're going to be doing. But ladies and gentlemen, this is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, let's move on to some of the other stories making the rounds there, as well as I would say we are already pressed with time. Now, those of you who like following football, well, former Juventus and AC Milan footballer Robert Baggio has been injured in an armed robbery at his home in northern Italy. The incident began at 22 hours, that is a local time, that is 21 hours BST, when at least 5 people broke into the 57-year-old's villa in Altavilla Vicentina. Local media has said the veteran footballer was taken to an emergency room in Azignano and was treated with stitches to his forehead after one burglar hit him with a gun. In his first public address since the incident, Baggio thanked well-wishers, adding, "Now all that remains is to overcome the fear." Baggio added that, "Fortunately, the violence I suffered only caused a few stitches on my person, bruises, and a lot of fear." Corriere della Sera reported that the violent incident took place while Baggio and his family were watching Italy take on Spain in the European Championship. Luca Zaia, the president of Veneto region, said all Venetians hope Baggio can recover from this bad evening. He described the striker as the symbolic champion of our football and our region. And it's quite an interesting one. How it's now put a fear, somebody said the fear of God in him. So what is he going to do now? How does he overcome that? It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, interesting things do happen, you know. If you have your partner, your wife, your girlfriend, whichever, a New Zealand woman has sued a partner for not taking her to airport. Why? It's quite interesting. So let me bring that your way. The New Zealand tribunal has dismissed a woman's claim against her then partner after he failed to take her to the airport, leading her to miss her flight ahead of a concert with friends. She accused her boyfriend at the time of allegedly breaching a verbal contract in which he agreed to take her to the airport, stay in her house, and looked after her dogs. According to a legal document which only gives the applicants and respondents an initial, the woman, who is Nonasia, said she asked her boyfriend, that's HG, to collect her from her home and take her to the airport between 10 and 10:15 a.m. But he failed to do so. He told New Zealand Disputes Tribunal, which deals with small claims up to 30,000 New Zealand, that is dollars, New Zealand dollars, that's equivalent to £14,000. As a result, CL said she missed her flight and had to foot the bill for additional costs, including traveling the next day and putting her dogs in a kennel. In her claim, she went on to outline the miniature of the inconvenience she faced, including costs for a shuttle service to the airport. The couple had been in a relationship for 6.5 years until the dispute. Before the case was dismissed, the tribunal looked at whether the woman's boyfriend had entered a contract to take her to the airport and look after her dogs. The tribunal also looked into whether the pair had entered a contract in which the boyfriend had said he would incur the cost of for a separate ferry trip to visit the woman's sons. Sia said she paid for hers and her partner's ferry fares and wished to be reimbursed for the cost of his tickets. It's quite an interesting one, isn't it? Well, this is going to be a banter that's going to be going on for ages. But what do you think is going to happen from there? This is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In another story, one celebrity who has passed on yesterday, those of you watching your news here in the UK might have come across that. The Canadian actor Donald Sutherland, star of film including The Hunger Games and Don't Look Now, has died aged 88 after a long illness. Now his son, the actor Kiefer Sutherland, said, "With a heavy heart, I tell you that my father Donald has passed away. I personally think one of the most important actors in history of film. Never daunted by a role, good, bad or ugly, he loved what he did and did what he loved, and one can never ask for more than that, a life well lived." And let us all say, may his soul rest in perfect peace. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Another break. We come back and I'll bring you what is happening here in the UK. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to exactly 10 minutes past 12. So in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to bring the first part of the program to a close, and then I will be bringing you all that you need to know when it comes to your finance if we don't get any response from our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of their accountancy services. If you don't get any information from him, what I would do is to bring you a repeat of what we discussed last week. But until then, let's continue. Now, come next week, next 2 weeks, my apologies. Next 2 weeks, Friday, yes, that will be the 5th. I bet you will be having either the current Prime Minister, the Tories, having the reins, or there's going to be a change in Prime Ministerial entity and, of course, government. Well, it all happened again, where Questions Time on the BBC, where some leaders of political parties were asked various questions. But the question is, with all the campaigns and every question that has been posed, do you think it has changed the way and the course of the elections? The way how you want to vote? Or you are bent on, look, this is where I'm going, and that is where I'm going, whether good or bad? Well, for all the campaigns, that the question that really matters in the aftermath of the Question Time Leader Special, with the caveat that it's often hard to tell as the embers from the event are still dying. The answer is probably not. And that is what it's saying there. But there are still moments of intense political energy over the 2 hours, not least because of the politically engaged, forthright, and often impassioned audience who gave none of the 4 leaders an easy time. Now, first up was Sir Ed Davey. For much of the campaign, his eye-grabbing stunts have been taken as a successful way to grab attention for his campaign's core message or messages on health and care. But within minutes, they were turned against him, wielded as an accusation of unseriousness. Now, Sir Ed found his footing tough, with his tone appearing to disarm difficult questioners. It became clear, though, how much the compromises of the coalition still haunted the Liberal Democrats 9 years after it ended. Now, many of the Liberal Democrats' leading figures now came into politics after the coalition, but Sir Ed has been an MP for more of the past 27 years and was a minister throughout those 5 years, making that difficult territory for him. On the flip side, he's faced those bumps plenty of times before. The SNP leader, John Sweeney, was by far the newest party leader taking part, but he's far from new politics. Okay, he's far from new politics. Like Sir Ed, he first entered the Commons in 1997, though quickly moved north to Holyrood. Now, finally, enough the legal turmoil which has engulfed senior SNP figures was something. Okay, let's see. Okay, sir. All right, just bear with me. Yes, as I did say, I'm going to bring you a repeat of what we discussed. What we discussed last week with our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri. Now, Mr. Sweeney did his best not to go there, repeatedly pivoting to defend SNP's action as a government. It was generally a successful tactic, though it may have meant he missed an opportunity to carve out a more distinctive position to the left of the Labour Party. And what of the 2 leaders, one of whom will be heading to Buckingham Palace to form a government by the 5th of July, it won't come as a surprise that they entered tonight with very different requirements and therefore very different strategies. Sir Keir Starmer Oh. Okay, Sakia Starr. Sakia Starr had moments of difficulty, especially over his past support for Jeremy Corbyn. Now, this is especially sensitive for Sakia Starr, not just because Mr. Corbyn arouses strong feelings both among his supporters and detractors, but also because it gets to a much more fundamental question: honesty. Now, notably, he said something I've not heard him say before, that though he never thought Mr. Corbyn would win, he thinks he would have been a better Prime Minister than Boris Johnson. That's especially striking because Labour's general election campaign is pitched particularly at voters who chose Mr. Johnson over Corbyn in 2019. Remember, Sakia subsequently booted Mr. Corbyn out of the party and is now standing against Labour as an independent. Now, the Labour campaign will be much happier with the moment when Sakia Starr was asked a potentially awkward question about his position on transgender rights, and he managed in response to hit up some core themes of his campaign about how he wanted to bring the country together. He won a round of applause for that. Now, remember that Sakia Starr overriding task at the moment is to not mess up, to avoid major errors. His campaign will feel that he managed to get through the session relatively unscathed. But when it comes to Mr. Sunak had a different mission. As things stand, he is seeking a way to transform the dynamic of this election campaign after an extremely difficult 24 hours for the Conservatives. Mr. Sunak bounded onto the strategy or to the stage with pep in his step. But the brutal reality of his position was exposed instantly. Good news, Prime Minister, you got the fastest round of applause. Bad news, it was for the member of the public demanding to know if you feel embarrassed to be leader of the Conservative Party. That set a tone. So many members of the audience were visibly furious with Mr. Sunak, even those who did not speak. The Prime Minister did not get some chance to set out his stall. One woman told him that for her, the election was about immigration. Mr. Sunak responded that illegal immigration undermines the sense of fairness of our entire country is built on, before touting the Rwandan plan. It was a rare opportunity for him to deliver one of the messages which he had hoped will sit at the heart of the election campaign. Another came when he had the opportunity to talk about inflation having fallen to 2% yesterday, saying that was something I said, I do, and I've done it. The frustration of Mr. Sunak and his team will be that they have spent so long being blown off course by mishaps, past and present, both last night and throughout the past 4 weeks. So, how is it going? What do you think? How do you see the polls? Who is leading, or who is dancing Agbaja, as some of us will say? Or is it Archie, the one that they dance backwards? Yeah, whichever it is. My listeners, this is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. One other story before I bring you last week's conversation that we had with our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, pertaining to the elections and pertaining to the manifesto that has been presented by various political parties and how that is going to impact you. Now, passengers, another story making the rounds this morning. Passengers faced train disruption this morning after a suspected bomb was discovered at a housing developed near the tracks. Quite a scary one. Hampshire and Isle of Wight Constabulary said they were called just after 09 hours BST after a piece of expended unexploded ordnance was discovered at Whitley Meadows, Cambridge. A cordon was put in place and officers from the British Transport Police and Network Rail assisted the explosive ordnance disposal team, who made the area safe. Now, people traveling between Eastleigh and Fareham were affected by the discovery, which prompted a brief halt in services along the line. Network Rail confirmed. A Network Rail spokesperson we contacted by the emergency service was contacted by the emergency services regarding the suspected unexploded bomb in close proximity to the railway near Botley. In order to protect passengers, we blocked the line in that area. Following further investigation by explosive experts, it transpired that the item was a training device. Normal working has resumed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we bring the first part of the program to a close. Just going to prepare the grounds for Mr. Dan Tabiri, our money man, to bring you the money hour. So wherever you are, don't touch the dial. This is Starr Radio UK. But for now, enjoy this music from the Zongo man, and that pertains to Sister Gina's statement that she made about African politicians and decisions that they make. And the Zongo man says what? The problem of Africa is the greed who run things. Enjoy it. I'll be with you.
The problem of Africa is the lead. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is the lead. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. Them all go to universities. Universities award them degrees. Big, big degrees. 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 Big, big degrees. MSc in stealing. Bachelor of Arts, mismanagement. Another degree. Masters in looting. MSc in corruption. Bachelor of Science, nepotism. MSc in 4 years. Another degree. Bachelor of Arts in discipline. MSc in embezzlement. The problem of Africa is the lead. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is the lead. Africa. Who run things. Big degrees. 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 Big, big degrees. MSc in stealing. Bachelor of Arts, mismanagement. Another degree. Masters in looting. MSc in corruption. Bachelor of Science, nepotism. MSc in 4 years. Another degree. Bachelor of Arts in discipline. MSc in embezzlement. The problem of Africa is the lead. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is the lead. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. Some of them went to London, London School of Fools, where they were awarded degrees in foolishness, PhD in stupidity, MSc in foolishness. foolishness. PhD in dishonesty. PhD in recklessness. Bachelor of Arts in selfishness. MSc in greed. Another degree. BSc maladministration. PhD in quasi-assem. PhD pull him down. MSc in kill your donkey.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Africa is the lead. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is the lead. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. When he stood in Independence Square, declared that the African is capable.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Okay, don't you worry. We'll bring you the rest of that tune during the course of the tail end of the program. But for now, let's cross over to bring you a repeat of what we discussed with our man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, last week. So wherever you are, stay tuned and don't tag the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station. Well, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 12:33. And as we promised you, Mr. Dan Tabiri is going to be joining us to bring you all that you need to know. If you look at our banner, yes, there is saying political manifestos on taxes, welfare, etc. Now, who is presenting you the best of it? They come out with all those figures, and this one says, I'm not going to increase national insurance, not your taxes and VAT, and others are saying, well, we have to increase it, and others are saying, well, if you're a millionaire, then we're going to be increasing yours. Now, with all that is happening, the question is, who is telling you the right thing? Who is telling you the truth? But this afternoon, where I've got the pleasure, as I would say, the single honor of hosting our own Mr. Dan Tabiri, who has joined us, and he's going to be throwing more light on it, because, well, he'll give you the information, educate you, and you know the right way to go. So, Mr. Tabiri, let me say good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, Archie. It's a pleasure speaking to you again this afternoon, to you and your lovely listeners.
Yes. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm blessed. Thank you.
We thank God. We thank God. Now we are in the a season of promises, manifestos being released here and there. Yeah. Various speeches going on, and today it's good that you brought us that we should look at that topic now. So first of all, let me come to you. How relevant are these promises to, or how relevant should it be to voters?
Wow. Well, election promises, election manifestos, really, it is only what it says on the tin. Mm-hmm. It's a promise. Mm-hmm. We have witnessed in this country several instances where promises, or we call it pledges, mm-hmm. manifesto pledges. That's mm-hmm. what they are. So people pledge to do something in the future if you give them the power now. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they're able to carry out those promises. Certain times they are not able to fulfill those promises. So we can only look at this on face value, okay, and make a decision, at the ballot box. Okay. There are no guarantees, basically, is what I'm saying, yeah.
Okay, there are no guarantees. That's what the money man is saying. That pertaining to political parties and their manifestos, and how it relates to your taxes, welfare, and all that. But we're going to go back to him. Mr. Tabiri, the CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, he's our money man. When it comes to any issues pertaining to your accounting or money issues, just get in touch with him and he will help you on that front. Yes, filing your taxes and everything, he's the one to do that for you. So his firm does that religiously. So make sure you make a date with him or get in touch with him anytime you have that issue. All right then, Mr. Tabiri. Now let me leave it to you, and then you can talk about the various political parties and what they are saying and what do you think about it.
Okay. So today we just want to run through some highlights of some of the pledges that they've made for voters to look at the planned activities, the things that they think they'll be able to accomplish if you give them the mandate to rule. And I know this is only, I think we have to say, caveat to say this is only specific to the UK. So if you are listening from any part of the world, looking in, this is only relevant to the UK. So we're looking at UK political party manifesto pledges for the upcoming elections early July. We can start off by let's look at the Labour Party, who are the party that everybody thinks or the polls are saying that they have their noses in front and are most likely to form the next government.
Yeah.
Let's look at some of the key pledges, and then we can also look at the various sectors that we think are relevant for us, particularly looking at the economy, tax, and welfare issues, pensions, and things like that. So we'll try and cover those grounds on this afternoon's session. Yeah, so let's go through some of the key pledges. So for the Labour Party, they're saying that the Great British Energy sector, they want to bring it back into public ownership. So they want to control. This is a key sector of the economy, and when the cost of living crisis hit, everybody was complaining about energy bills and so much, and so on and so forth. It was very much outside the control of the government, and the government, has set up a regulator who sets up a price cap and all that. That is the only thing that really they could do. They couldn't do anything to help households when it comes to energy costs. So they want to be able to bring this back into British public ownership, and then they can be able to exercise more control when it comes to the cost of energy. They are also looking to slap VAT on private school fees. So currently VAT school fees are outside the scope of VAT. But the aspect where it pertains to private schools, where perhaps people can afford to send their worth to schools away from the public schools and pay a little bit more, they're trying to raise more tax on income on these private school fees. So people are going to see, if your ward or your child is in private school, you're going to see an increase in fees of 20% on what you're currently paying.
Oh boy.
They also want to, there are other key pledges that they've made, but it doesn't relate to economy or tax or finance or welfare, so we can leave that for now because of time.
Yeah, but let me just okay, go on with the economy, and then after that we'll come back.
Okay. Yeah. So specifically on the economy, what they have said is that they want to cap the rate of corporation tax. Currently at 25%. So at the moment we have two rates of corporation tax, 19% and 20%. Now they are saying they want to cap this at 25%, so everybody pays 25%, and there's no discrimination as far as rates or size is concerned. They also want to create minimum wage to account for cost of living and no age limit. So they're not going to put age limits on the wage, minimum wage. You know, the minimum wage is structured such that you have more than 21 years, below 21 years, and they're going to scrap that and put no age limit on the minimum wage.
As far as you are working, you have to be paid. You are paid. That's it.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. You're paid, and you're paid at. There will be minimum wage, but there won't be an age limit.
Okay.
They're also pledging that there will be no income tax, no national insurance, or VAT rate rises. So let's hold them to that. And there will be no income tax, no national insurance, or VAT increases. So if anything at all, it will stay where it is whilst they are in government. Then they also have a 10-year infrastructure strategy for railroad and homes. So that is what the Labour Party is promising us if you give them the mandate.
Yeah. Listeners, Starr Radio UK, Mr. Tabiri, our money man, throwing light and is educating us on the promises or the manifesto promises of the various political parties. He just brought us what Labour is promising. And so when you give your vote to them or when they form the next government, that is exactly what you're going to be, or close to that. That is what will be guiding their performance. But Mr. Tabiri, when it comes to the cap on the corporation tax, now the 25% and the 19%, which organizations pay the 25% and which ones pay the 19%?
Right. So all companies at the moment, up to profit levels, there are different profit levels. So if you've made a profit in your business of up to 50,000, you pay 19%.
Okay.
And then anything above between 50,000 and 250,000 pounds profit, you pay what we call the medium rate. So it falls somewhere between, depending on the how close you are to the 250,000 profit band. It falls somewhere around 23 point something, 22 to 23% of your profit. And then above that, everybody pays 25% after 250,000. So more targeted at the larger companies.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Please go on, sir.
Yeah. So that's the Labour Party. Now let's look at the ruling government as well, the Conservative Party manifesto. So they are also trying to claw back for some ground that they have lost in the polls. So they are promising triple lock plus for pensions, to raise tax-free pension allowance every year. They are also saying that they are going to create 1.6 million well-designed homes in the right places. We don't know what that means. You would have to listen to some of the debates that are happening every week to try and gain an understanding of what some of these pledges actually mean, because that is when we get the opportunity to interrogate some of these plans that they have laid out to us in detail. So they also plan to cut national insurance by 2p by April 2027. And one of the things they've also pledged is national service for all 18-year-olds. And then they are also going to invest 36 billion in local roads, rail, and buses, and 8.3 billion on potholes and road surfaces. So if you are a driver, I think this is something that would interest you. So the Conservative government is not leaving any man untouched at all. They want to try and capture those votes. So let's look at specifically what they have said on the economy.
Yeah.
So they say that we will not raise income tax, national insurance, VAT, or corporation tax. No rises at all is what they have pledged. Secondly, they have pledged no further council tax bans, no cuts to council tax discounts. So council tax is not expected to go up under the Conservative government, and there will be no cuts to the existing council tax discounts that are available. And then they also indicate that there is an ambition to abolish national insurance altogether. Remember, one of their key pledges is to reduce national insurance by 2p in a pound. But they are saying that overall, their long-term ambition is to abolish national insurance altogether. And that's very interesting to know what their plans are to fund the NHS, especially, and also the National Pension Scheme. And then they're saying that there will be no new taxes also on pensions. No new taxes also on pensions. So if you go into to retirement and you earn an income on your pensions, they're saying that there will be no new taxes on it. So this is aimed at the older voters in the UK.
Okay, Mr. Now you finished with that.
Let me finish on housing. So they touch a bit on housing as well. No stamp duty on homes up to 425,000 for first-time buyers. They are also going to roll out capital gains tax relief for landlords who sell to existing tenants. So if you got a property and your tenant is looking to go onto the property ladder, and so they make you an offer to sell and you accept it, you will not have to pay any capital gains.
Okay.
And then there's also new help to buy equity loan scheme, which will help new owners or people who want to step onto the property ladder up to 20% equity loan to help them to buy. And then also 5% deposit for first-time buyers. They're going to bring in a housing ownership policy or scheme that will allow people to be able to own their first homes with only a 5% deposit. Yeah, so that's the Conservative Party manifesto, some of their manifesto pledges that they have put across to the voters.
Now, on that the triple lock pension thing, triple lock plus for pensions. Now, can you explain that to our listeners? Because some of them will have been listening and be like, okay, what does that actually mean for them if they are pensioners or are going on pension pretty soon?
Yes, indeed. So what has been happening in the past is that anytime pension funds have been accumulating for some time, and then when we find that interest rates and inflation have eroded the value of some of these pension funds over time. And so what the triple lock ensures is that your pension keeps pace with inflation. So when inflation increases, your pension also increases. So the state pension, for example, is paid. Any increases in inflationary rates, there's also a corresponding increase in the pension that is paid out to people. So that pensioners do not lose out. The value of their pensions do not drop below the inflation rate. That is what, in simple terms, what the triple lock seeks to achieve.
Okay, so if you are a pensioner, you know what conservatives are offering you. So, well, you've got all those things to process. Mr. Tabiri, go on, sir.
Right. So let's look at the Liberal Democrats. Let's see what they also have for us in their manifesto. So one of their key pledges, which is interesting, it says that they pledge that we will rejoin the single market and longer term to rejoin the EU. So basically they're looking to reverse Brexit. They also pledged £9 billion a year to NHS and care. They also pledged free personal care for the elderly and disabled. They have also pledged higher salary for care workers. They are also pledging to raise £5 billion from reforming the capital gains tax. So that's some of their key pledges. On the economy specifically, they are pledged to cut energy bills, even though they don't put numbers to this. They are pledged to cut energy bills, tackle rising food prices, get mortgage rates under control. They also pledge to abolish business rates for small businesses and replace it with commercial landlord levy. They also plan to give HMRC resources to be able to properly tackle tax avoidance and evasion. They also plan to increase tech giant tax to 6%, fix broken relationship with Europe in order to bring down trade barriers. And then they also want to increase the 20% higher minimum wage for 0-hour contracts. So they will increase the minimum wage for 0-hour contractors by 20%. That is a pledge that they have. On housing, they are looking to build 380,000 new homes across the UK, including 150,000 social homes. And then they are also looking to build 10 new garden cities. That is the manifesto pledge of the Liberal Democrats.
But
many of their pledges have no numbers to them, but these would need to be interrogated, and people need to listen and keep abreast of the debate that is currently going on to understand exactly what these pledges involve.
Listeners, this is Starr Radio UK. Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man, bringing you the money hour. And today we are looking at the political parties' manifestos on tax, welfare, and pensions, name it. But he's put across a few of them, from the Labour to Conservatives to Lib Dems. Well, it's going on. We've got a bit of time, about 5 minutes for him to be running everything up. But, Mr. Tabiri, now, do you think that with these various promises or pledges that these parties are making, is it actually turning the tide for any of them, turning the fortunes for any of them as well?
Well, I'm not a political analyst, but listening to the news and what's happening in the polls, it doesn't look like it's making a lot of difference. And we find, and it looks like we have an electorate who have been through a pandemic, who have been through a recession, who have been through high cost of living crisis, and some people have made up their minds and they are very entrenched. We don't have many floating voters around this time around. A lot of people have made up their plans and or made up decisions about who they are going to vote for because of all this turbulence that we have witnessed within the last 5 years or so, especially.
Well, listen, let's start Radio UK. Okay, go on, sir.
Okay, so let's quickly look at the Green Party. The Green Party. So they are promising a wealth tax of 1% on assets of above £10 million and 2% on assets above £1 billion. So if you have an asset that is worth more than 10 million, they're going to tax it 1%. They're going to tax it 2% if it's above £1 billion. They also want to charge 8% national insurance on incomes above the basic tax threshold, above £50,270. They're also looking to put more money into the NHS. They'll be looking to spend about £50 billion a year on NHS by 2030. They're also looking to spend £20 billion for the care sector as well. They'll also be looking to nationalize water, railways, and the 5 big energy companies. And they also want to introduce a 4-day working week. So you either go to work Monday to Thursday or Thursday to Friday. You have shorter days of work. Yeah, so that's the key pledges from the Green Party. Specifically on the economy, 75% will windfall tax on banks, bring capital gains tax in line with income tax bands, no further tax rises on the main rates of corporation tax. They want to also align investment income tax with wages tax. They also want £2 billion a year to help SMEs decarbonize, so reduce their carbon footprints, and also looking to push the minimum wage up to £15 an hour. £15 an hour currently is £11.44. Yeah, so that's the Green Party for you. And then also we can go on to the Plaid Cymru, so the Welsh Party, the Plaid Cymru. They are looking to put £4 billion to Wales from the HS2 into public transport. They want to equalize capital gains tax with income tax, and Wales to have full control of economic decisions and of the National Care Service. They want to institute a National Care Service, take full control of Crown Estates as well. Specifically on the economy, they want to increase child benefits by £20 a week. They'll put a cap on bankers' bonuses. They want to increase small business support and target 75% of public money to companies in Wales. They want to create a high-speed internet for all. So that's a Plaid Cymru as well, given their policies in order to attract the Welsh voters.
Wow, it's quite an interesting one. I know that our time is up, but with everything that Mr. Tabiri has said, did you capture anything on the SNP?
Unfortunately, not. We haven't got enough time to deal with the SNP and the Reform Party. So the next week, perhaps we will come back with more.
Wow. Listeners, you've heard it. Now, what decisions are you making? Has this actually informed you of how your voting should go now? Well, at least he was saying that I don't know whether apathy or what is happening to people think, well, this is how this will have dealt with us and this is how we want to vote. But whatever it is, we want to make sure that you understand what is going on and you can make the right move. Okay, Mr. Tabiri, so in summary.
Yeah, in summary, so this is just a whistle-stop tour of the various manifesto pledges. People will make their own decisions based on what their situation or their feelings or their perceptions are. But it's important to make those decisions an informed one. That is why we've come your way this afternoon to try and tell you what they are promising you if you vote for them. So let's all take note and stay tuned in with the various debates that are going on, political debates that are going on, because that is when you get a full understanding of or interrogation of some of these pledges and promises that have been made to the UK electorate.
Okay, interesting. Now, but listeners, let me tell you one thing. I know some people who are saying, "Oh yeah, even if I cast my vote, what would that do?" Every vote counts. Every vote counts. So it's important that you go and vote when the time comes. Okay. But Mr. Tabiri, I know that before you put your contact details and all that, today the Euro 2024 is kicking off as well. I know you are a football enthusiast. Now, what do you see? How do you see the chances of England? And which country do you see that can win that tournament?
I think I'm going along with the popular song. It's coming home.
Oh,
coming home. It has to come home at one point.
Yes, of
England
course.
has one of the best opportunities this year because they have a good generational team.
Okay.
We just wish them well.
Okay.
We should all enjoy the competition, the tournament, whether we win or not.
Of course. All right then. So can you give us your contact details and then so people can get in touch?
Yes. So as always, I'm available to speak to people. Any concerns regarding tax, accounting, compliance issues or advisory stuff, please reach out to me on 07961248834, 07961248834, or you can reach out to me on my email at dan@gilaccountants.com.
Okay. Mr. Tabiri, let me say thank you very much for this wonderful time, opening our eyes and informing us the right way to go when it comes to finances and with this election as well.
Thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure. Hopefully we'll have more coming through in the coming weeks to discuss.
Okay. Have a lovely day, and we'll catch up later then.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. God bless you too. Bye. Well, listeners, that has been Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GI. Okay, so that has been Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man, who came your way this afternoon with the Money Hour. It was a repeat broadcast of our discussions last week, and because, well, of course, we are in the election season, and therefore, what we discuss is applicable. So I hope that you use that information to help yourself to do what you're supposed to do. But on that note, let me say thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure coming your way. Before I go, yes, let me bring you this announcement again. If you have not seen it, Faith Revival Assembly presents Free to Worship with Reverend Bruce Garte, aka Uncle Ato, and Minister Ken Tesha, also featuring the FRA Choir, a glorious Temple Choir, Resurrection and Living Bread of Resurrection and Living Bread International Ministries there as well. And the event is taking place 22nd of June, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and 23rd of June, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now, yes, the event place, Broadmead Primary School, 366 Sydenham Road, Croydon. Broadmead Primary School, 366 Sydenham Road, Croydon, and the postcode is CR02EA. Postcode CR02EA. The hosts, once again, Reverend and Lady Reverend Anna. Make a date with them. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. So on that note, let me say have a wonderful afternoon. Enjoy your day and all the matches. We wish Scotland all the best as well. And well, how did they say England's chances? They ruined it, didn't they? Okay, but let me sign off with this song from Ejebia, and it says crazy times. Enjoy it, and I'll see you all on Monday. Until then, bye bye for now.
You've done it again. Alright. Give up now, just get up and go. Tough situations down, it's looking like we've hit an all-time low. But there's plenty time to grow. See, these are crazy times, I know. But hold on with me, just stay. We don't have to let up, no. The sun will surely come out.